And I am back. Sorry about that. The camera didn't seem to want to flip to the side. So with that, I'm going to try again. So I just need to once again grab the link for the video. Yeah, that's better. That is much better. Okay. Technology. Alrighty. So we're back. Now today I'm going to make another Frankenshell wallet. It's going to have Shell Cordovan on the outside, just whiskey this time. That's all I've got left. A bunch of scraps from the big shell that I had, and it'll be Kangaroo on the inside. Now I'm going to use some lovely royal blue thread. It's a very nice deep sort of royal, I guess you could say, blue, and I think that'll contrast quite nicely with the brown, as you can see there. So that is what I'm going to do today. Now the first thing that I'm going to do is actually cut a piece of Kangaroo for this Shell Cordovan to go on top of. So I'm going to move all this out of the way. All my tools out of the way, and we can get started. So I'm going to use some whiskey, sorry, not whiskey, cognac Kangaroo. Some of the glazed stuff, I find it ages really well. As you can see by my lovely wallet. Bam! So, good stuff. This is the 80mm, too much reflection, 80mm template. This will just cut the width of the leather of the Kangaroo to 80mm. So that'll be the height of the Kangaroo. So I'll just cut a nice strip out. I'll worry about the rest later. Now what I found last time was that the outside piece, generally, as you can see here, the outside piece is slightly taller than the inside piece. When I had Shell Cordovan on top, the outside piece didn't react or didn't act the same way as just one layer of leather, so I'm going to lengthen the outside piece even more than the inside piece. The outside piece normally is 1/2 centimetre longer than the inside piece. I'm going to make it an entire centimetre longer today. So that's just another 1/2 centimetre on top of what it is normally. So I'll try and keep the camera sort of where all the action is. If you can't see anything, let me know. Right, so said Fred. Let's cut that out. If I put another, looks about 1/2 centimetre. Yeah. Oh, so good. Alright. So we have our outside piece cut out, and we have a little bit more remaining for our inside piece. So the outside piece you won't actually see because it'll be covered in Shell Cordovan. And this wallet is a pretty big project. This will take about maybe 3 or 4 hours, so it'll be quite a lot of money in the end. But you know, you got to use what you got to use, right? So I'll be back in a moment. I've just forgotten my pen. I've returned. Alright. So the date today, I believe, is the 12th. And it is 9:04 a.m. This is just my authentication time card. Lets people know that it is, or what date the wallet was made on. So let's get our Cordovan pieces together. So I've got quite a bit to choose from. I'm going to start off with, it's important to do the middle first, so that you have sort of pieces that go all the way across the middle, so that when you fold the wallet, if you have a join going vertically in the middle of the wallet, those two pieces will spit out. So let's see what we've got. We've got quite a bit to work. Pretty good. Yeah. Got on that. Okay. Yeah. Alright, so with that, I reckon that'll, yeah, that'll be alright, I reckon. Boom. Alright. Glue that piece down. Hopefully this is, I'm sure you'll be alright. Da-da-da. So this glue here that I'm using is just water-based adhesive. It's nothing special. Doesn't have to be. All I want to do is just hold the leather piece in place until I stitch it. And then when I stitch it, well, the thread will hold it in place, won't it? So it's all good, mate. It's all good. Alright. Now if you're wondering, Shell Cordovan is leather that comes from the butt section or the hindquarters of a horse. Many years of evolution have tightened the grain of the horse hindquarters. So much so that it's very strong leather, and it also you can finish it so that it shines up really nicely, which is what I like about working with Shell Cordovan. Just ends up looking really nice. So might get another piece. Might go that way actually. Just thinking. Now is that? Do you reckon that will fold alright? Yeah, that'll be fine. Yes. Oh yes, I see what I can do now. Yep. So if I go like that, yeah, let's try that. Yeah, I like that. And then I might cut another strip so it goes perhaps like that. Oh, looks good. Yeah, I like it. What I like about making these Frankenshell wallets is that you got a lot of freedom in the design. Some people like to really think about it. I don't. I just sort of lay the leather down, and if it looks cool, it looks cool. If not, well. But Shell Cordovan is really, really nice to work with. So yeah. All right. So I've got some glue laid down there. Now let's yeah, it's pretty good. Yes, I like it. Check that all the pieces are fitting nicely together. And like I said, when you fold this here, you want to make sure that the leather isn't popping up at the seam. And the best way to do that is to make the leather strips go horizontally across the fold instead of vertically. And it seems to be doing that. Seems to be working nicely, so that's good. All right. Let us try. Oh, what are we doing now? I reckon, how far away from the fold is that? Make it safe. Yeah. Right. The most difficult thing about this is just this center bit where the leather folds. Just figuring out what I'm going to do. What if I try? Oh, yeah. What happens if I do that? Oh, that could work. That could work nicely. Actually, no. See, that won't work nicely at all because that end bit will stick. I think I'll just need another large piece going across there like that. That would be the best way to solve it, I think. Yeah. Alright, let's just do that. I don't like that piece though. Okay. Hope everyone's having a great morning so far. I know I am. It's going quite well. Just having a nice chill session, you know. That glue has worn out on that. And I'll apply some more glue. It's one thing about Shell Cordovan, it doesn't like glue very much. So if you try and glue it onto a piece and then you have to move the piece around or something like that, you pretty much have to re-glue it every time, which is a bit annoying, but that's how it goes. And hello to everyone that has joined. I appreciate your existence. Okay. Okay. Now, said Fred. Indeed, Fred said. So I'll glue that like that, and that will look nice. Nice. All right. Okay. There's nothing particularly too special about how I glue this. I just slop the glue on and there we go. So like I said earlier, the glue's only there to hold the piece in place until I stitch it, and then the thread will hold it in place. And if there's anyone new here, that's the thread I'm using today. It's 0.6mm royal blue. Looks really nice, so I like it. I like it a lot. I like it. Please explain. Okay. Enough of that nonsense, Chris. Slop a bunch of glue on there. Shell Cordovan also happens to take the title for most expensive leather in the world. It's just, yeah, very expensive, and I don't really know why it's expensive. It just is, it's annoying that it is so expensive, but you know, that's how it goes, I guess. Alright, so we're going to cut the excess off there. Okay, now we have officially got the center, so that's pretty cool, I think. Now we just need to figure out all the other pieces, and that's generally pretty easy. I think I got another piece set up right there. That's going to look pretty cool. We'll do that. But right now I'm just going to glue, or just put a piece in just in that little bit there. So it's going to be a triangle that goes up to the edge there. Boom. I should also probably cut my nails, but whatever. Hope this is entertaining people, because it's entertaining me. I'm essentially talking to myself, and because you watching, or you hear me talking, you just think I'm talking to you, because I'm talking as if I'm having a conversation, but I'm actually just talking to myself right now. I'm talking to a camera, really. Holy shit, I'm lonely. Anyway, no, I'm just kidding. Ha ha ha. So that's that piece glued on, and that's gonna look real cool, actually. I like that. Yeah, that came out quite nicely. And right now it looks a bit bland, but again, once I stitch these pieces on with this royal blue thread, it's going to look really nice. Every little piece is going to have a border of blue thread, so yeah, it's going to look really cool. Now, what I might try and do is get one single piece that, where's the camera? There it is. One single piece that sort of follows that line, just there. I think that'll look really cool. Now, the best way to do that is, let's try, that's not a right angle, is it? No, that's all right. Okay. So I found the best way to sort of figure out how to cut it. Need to strop that. Best way to find the line to cut it is to just press it onto the piece. Press it onto the wallet and then sort of go from there. So I've just made that initial cut, which was pretty terrible actually. Let's try again. It was terrible because the blade was a bit dull. It's good and sharp now. Okay, so that initial cut is made. I just need to figure out the next piece. Can I get all the way through that? Not quite. Okay. So I got those two pieces cut. And this could turn out rubbish, but we'll see how it goes. I don't like how I cut that bit, so it's alright. Alright. How did that go? Nah, that could have been done better, I think. Yeah. We shall try again, I think, with another piece. I don't like how that turned out. This piece looks pretty good. Alright. So again, I'm just pressing it into the wallet just to find the line to cut. Okay. Final line is this one. Let's try. See how that turned out. Now that turned out a lot nicer. In fact, that is pretty good. And I'm going to glue that. So before I glue it, I'll show you. Actually, I'll glue it first. It'll be easier to show you. Alright. Oh, that's right, I was gonna... Alright, what I might do... First I want to figure out where I'm gonna cut it, so that'll... Yeah, I'll do that. And then to there. So that piece will go nice and snug in there. Yes, I like it. Time currently is 9:23 in the AM here in Australia on the 12th of May. For anyone watching on different parts of the planet, it is very much daytime and it's a bit chilly outside for Australian standards. For any Canadians watching, it'll be perfect summer weather for you guys. Alright, so that piece fit in there quite nicely. As you can see, the Shell Cordovan's got a lovely shine to it, and so does the Kangaroo here, but you can see that the Shell Cordovan is a lot smoother. So yeah, I really like the Shell Cordovan. So that's that piece. Alright, now let's work on... What shall we work on now? What about... Yeah, let's do it. Alright, I have an idea. Okay. Okay, I'll have to press the leather down. I think that'll look quite nicely. Yep, that'll fit snugly in there. Very good. Glue that piece down. slap that piece in there. That'll fit quite nicely. Yes, it does. Right. And then, that might be an issue. We have avoided that issue, I believe, yes. Cool. Have we? No, we haven't. Okay. So I guess that'll have to be a small piece like that. Never mind my incoherent ramblings. Okay. Yeah, that'll just have to fit like that. Nice. All right. Got that piece in there, just down there. Very good indeed. Yes. What next, I wonder? See if we can get a triangular piece in there. Yeah, that'll be good. Okay. Yeah, that'll look cool. Nice. And that covers that entire corner there, so that'll be well good. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. So the longest, most time-consuming bit of this will be when I finally stitch everything, all the pieces. Doesn't actually take too long to arrange the pieces onto the wallet itself, but it's the stitching that takes the most amount of time. That's what you have to concern yourself with the most. But that's alright. I enjoy it. It's sort of meditate-ish, I guess you could say. So gluing that piece on like that. That fits very nicely onto there. And then I can trim the excess. So that's almost one side done. Almost. So that went pretty quick. It's only 9:30. Okay, so I think we might. Yeah, see, that looks pretty cool. Now what we've got left is just this little gap here. I think I might fill that just with one piece. I think that'll look really cool. So we've first got to find a piece large enough, which will be like that. Yes. Okay. Just cut this at a true right angle. According to my ye olde cutting mat. Good. Okay, so oh no. Oh. I think my iPad just died. Isn't that interesting? Oh, no, it's back. I'm using my iPad to see if anyone writes any comments. Won't be long. Alright, I have returned. So now, what I'm gonna do is just go through and find out the bits I need to cut off. That's one bit right there. And it's pretty much all about just going back and forth, pressing the thing in and finding out what line needs to be cut. Pretty repetitive, but I enjoy it. It's a good, forces some good sort of like design thinking. I've never been much of a design person, so good to be able to exercise my brain though. Alright, so that piece goes in there. Does that fit all right? I think it does. I think that fits pretty good. Alright. Okay, so I then, yeah. Right, so with all of those pieces cut, how did that all fit together? That fits pretty well actually, if I do say so myself, and I do indeed say so myself. Cut that last bit off. Now that should, by rights, all fit. And yeah, I'd call that pretty good. Yeah, that's great. Hopefully this isn't too boring or anything for anyone, but I'm thoroughly enjoying doing this. And if this wallet is saleable, and so far it looks quite nice, and I'm thinking I will, whoever purchases this will obviously get a link to the making of it. So yeah, just an extra little thing. All right. Okay. Oh, that looks pretty good. So that's one side done. Bam. So right now it looks a bit rough, a bit how's your father, but that's all right. All right. What next? I wonder. Be pretty cool. Yes, that's going to be interesting. What if we go like that? Yes, that could work. If I thin that a little bit, take that down. Yeah, that'll look real cool. Take just an extra little sliver off that. Just a sliver. Perfect. That fits really nicely in there. Let's glue that together. It's important that I don't get glue on the shiny side of the Shell Cordovan. It it can take away the shininess of the leather just slightly. Yes. Yeah, that fits real nice. Oh yeah, that's great. Now I wonder, oh, that'd look pretty cool, wouldn't it? Yeah, that would look cool. All right. Be very careful. Cut this like a surgeon. Beautiful. All right. Yeah. Very nice. What next? Now, if we put a piece in there that follows that line, I think that would look pretty cool. So if you're wondering, this is just a number 11 scalpel blade. Nothing too fancy about this one. Yeah, that's cool. I like that. All right, let's glue that piece together. That looks well cool. Okay. What's interesting about this glue is that if you use it a lot, open and close the bottle, the glue on the paintbrush will dry a little bit, so you can actually peel off whatever glue you didn't use after a certain amount of time, after a certain amount of glue sort of collects on the tip of the brush. You can pick off the dry glue, which is pretty cool. Alright, now stick on this bit of leather. Awesome. That looks so cool. Yeah, geometric shapes. Right. I like that. I like that very much. Yeah, that's wicked. Gee, this is turning out nice. I like it. What next, I reckon? Oh, it's a bit chilly today. Wow. I'm thinking a piece that will go all the way up there. Yeah, let's do it. Pretty sure I didn't cut too much off. No, that's good. So again, just pressing this Shell Cordovan onto that just to see where I'm cutting it off. It'll be right about there. We'll use this actually. Yeah, there we go. Great. And I'm pretty sure I got quite a bit of clearance at the top. Oh, right on the edge. Right on the edge. The glory. Although what I might do is cut it about there. That'll look cool. Yes. Yeah, nice. Nice. So if anyone's got any questions, feel free to ask away. I'm not doing much besides this. And today's an invention day. I've got orders and whatnot, but it's important for when you're doing repetitive work just to have a break from that repetitiveness. Break up your week, even though today's Friday. But it is important to sort of break up your week and have a break from the monotony. Not that my job is monotonous, but doing the same task over and over again, regardless of how much you love it, you'll eventually reach a point where you're just like, oh, wouldn't mind a break. Now, how did that go in? Was it like that? Yeah, it was like that. So this is, while I'm essentially still working and making a sellable product, this is a break for me. Because it's just something I don't always do. So, yeah. And you can apply that life lesson to all parts of your life. Make sure to give yourself some time to chill out and relax. Relaxing is very important. Very, very important. Right, so I'm gonna get this next bit in. Again, we're just figuring out where to cut the leather. Go there, that's pretty good. Do I make custom wallets? Perhaps a wallet with an ID window? I can do that, yes. I will just write a quick comment. Oopsie daisy. See if I'll just reply to you on my iPad, Mark. If you visit my Etsy at Rose Leather Crafting .etsy.com. Oopsie daisy, that didn't work. Yeah, that should work. So I've just replied to your comment with a link to my store. If you go to my store, send me a message about wallet with an ID window, and I'll be able to get back to you sometime today. Obviously I'm doing this right now, but yeah, just leave me your after, or perhaps a rough sketch of a wallet with an ID window, and we'll see if we can work it out, hey? No worries at all, Mark. Hope you're enjoying watching me work. It's good fun. This is what I've got so far. As you can see, all these pieces are sort of coming together quite nicely, and I'll be stitching them with some really vivid effect. I hope. Fingers crossed. Well, I might get out the... that'll look really nice, yeah. That'll look really nice. Okay, next piece. let's find out what we're going to do now. Now if I were to go like that, or perhaps like, ooh, yeah, that'll look really cool. Okay. Yeah, that'd look really cool. Nice, okay, I know what I'm doing now. So it's like that, yeah, all right. Oh, I'm excited for this bit going in. Not for the shape of this bit, but for what it leaves me to do next, which is really cool. I'll end up looking really nice. Okay, so if I go, that needs to glue all the way up there. Yeah, okay. This is, I've made two, sorry. Frankenstein wallets, which is where you get multiple pieces and sort of slap them together. But this one, I'm thinking this is probably my most favourite one that I've done so far. Everything just seems to look really nice no matter what I do. Yeah, that's so good. Okay. Now let's take that off. And then this piece. Okay, so I've just put that corner bit on there. So that by itself is not really special, but what it's left me to do is find a piece or cut a piece for that little section there. And I think that's going to look really nice when it's stitched. So let's do that now. It's going to be challenging, but hey, what's life without a challenge, hey? Okay. Alright, so again, I'm just squashing the leather in there just to find out where to cut it. I think that was just there. Okay. Yeah. All right. Now the second piece and the third piece, that's going to be tricky, but that's all right. So I want to keep, yeah, okay. Using this scalpel like a skilled surgeon to cut the skin. Just an interesting term, but that's how it goes. All right. Now, if I did this right, that piece should fit in there quite nicely. Yeah, that's so cool. Nice. Oh, that's awesome. All right. That is well cool. All right. Mark it there. Cut it. Do that. Cut that piece again, like such. Yeah, that fits really well. Very good. Glue that piece in, and then I'll just have to do the corner, and that's it. G'day James, thanks for the question. The Kangaroo is indeed from Bursell. That's this is the glazed. The LHG, I haven't actually used the LHG from Bursell, though I did get some samples from it. I very much prefer the glazed. Like the LHG just sort of feels dry. I guess the glazed feels dry as well, but how do I put this? Yeah, my preference is the glazed because it just feels like it's an easier product to work with. But again, I haven't really used the LHG. I've just had samples from Bursell. But this stuff here, this is Shell Cordovan. I'm just laying the Shell Cordovan on top of a piece of glazed Kangaroo from Bursell. Good eye though. I imagine you work with leather as well. If you can just spot which tannery some leather comes from. Alright, that piece will go in there quite nicely. Yeah, that fits super nice. Okay, and what's remaining now is to find a corner piece. Let's go that. Okay, so you used to work with glazed and now you use LHG, or you went from LHG to glazed? Right, okay. Well, maybe I'll have a crack at the LHG. Chuck some beeswax on it and tan coat and we'll see how we go, eh? I appreciate the sort of word of advice on the LHG. So would the LHG just be sort of standard veg tanned Kangaroo with like, oh yeah, cool. Alright. Oh, that looks so good. I love it. Now, that is all. Oh, that just turned out really nice. So now we've got all these pieces of Shell Cordovan, which on their own could not have been used to make a wallet, but together looks pretty good. So now I'm going to stitch it with that. It's royal blue. 0.6 millimeter tiger thread. What pieces can I keep? I can keep that, and all these other pieces. Oh, it's a shame to chuck them out, but I can't really use them for anything. Keep that as well. Okay, put this up here. So, what do you mainly do, James? Wallets, bags, belts, and I wouldn't mind checking your stuff out. I think that'd be pretty cool. Yeah, so if you've got a link for everything, just chuck it in the comments and we'll go from there. Sonda. Oh, why does that sound familiar? Sonda. Jeez, I don't know if I've heard of you before or if I know the word Sonda. Oh, that's gonna bug me now. So, from the address, it looks like you're in New Zealand. So you buy kangaroo from Birdsville and have it shipped to New Zealand. Is it sort of do you have to pay an excessive amount of money, or is it just pretty much the same price that I would pay as an Australian? Oh, how am I going to do this? Alright, let's try that. Oh yeah, I bet shipping would be. I'm very fortunate living in Australia, I think. Especially using Kangaroo. I mainly use Kangaroo. This is sort of the one-off where I'm using sort of different leather. Which is Shell Cordovan, obviously. But yeah, living in Australia and being a Kangaroo specialised leather worker, yeah, it's a benefit, that's for sure. Alright, it's tricky because I've put these pieces, I fit them so well together, it's actually hard to score the line for the stitching chisels, which I'm going to be using. These here, they're sort of European style, sort of a flat 3.85mm stitching chisel, which is pretty cool. Alright. Gotta go nice and slow so as to not bugger it up. I don't want scratch marks everywhere. Ooh, nearly went off it there. That's right, I've got to do that one. I guess the LHG would give you a little bit more freedom with what you do. With the glaze, you sort of, I don't know, like the glazed, I guess you might be limited to showing certain parts of the hide, but the LHG, again, maybe I should give it a try, hey? See how it goes. Might even like it. Because the colours are just slightly different, because I believe the glazed hides, they are initially LHG and they've just been they've just been run through a glazing machine or a burnishing machine, which just burnishes the top side of the hide. But the act of doing that sort of darkens the colours just slightly. This is proving to be tricky. Right. So let's go that. Yeah. So what I'm doing, you can see that I'm just sort of scoring the lines there. They look a bit rough, but that's okay. That'll be covered up by the actual stitching itself. So it doesn't have to be too perfect. I'd just rather it not be horrible. But it looks to be going all right so far. Okay, not too long now. And when you're stitching, James, if you're still here, do you use a pricking iron to mark holes and then use an awl to punch through, or do you use a stitching chisel and go all the way through the leather with the stitching chisel and then just stitch from there? mark. Okay, now the fun bit, which is I'm going to we have disaster. No, that's right. Okay, we're back. Wow. Let's not do that again. What actually happened? I think the thing just popped out. Oh well. Yeah. I've actually, I'll show you what I've done to set this up. It's pretty funny. So I've got my tripod sort of strapped to the bars on my window. That's the setup right there. Okay. All good. All right, now let's punch some holes. Let's start off with, start off with that one. Let's move that over just slightly. All right. Alright. So that's pretty much what I'm doing. I've just punched the holes for that, and then I'll later stitch them all together. Yeah. This maul that I'm using, I believe, is it's a heavy one. I can't remember the weight actually, but it's heavy and it does the job. So that's what matters. Why do you want a heavy maul, I hear you say? Well, so that you can reduce bounce, and reducing bounce is important. Let's do that actually. Yeah, reducing bounce is important. If you've got more bounces on your tool, not necessarily with stitching chisels, but with say this is my tool to make an impression of my logo, you could bounce on the tool head, which causes the tool itself to bounce, and if it bounces it could land in a different spot to what you want it to land, so you could actually leave a double impression. So if you have a nice heavy tool, that'll sort of imprint into the leather heavily and sort of deeply, and not have a lot of bounce, which means you'll actually reduce the possibility of a double impression, which is important. Alright, let's go right there. Okay. That one there like that. great. And then across there like that. Also, marking these holes and punching them, that also takes a decent amount of time. There we go. Ooh, should I? Because if I do that, oh, either way, I have to do that. I'm just talking to myself at this point. Okay. I missed a hole. Okay. That looks so cool. I love it. Nice sort of traditional looking wallet, I think. But not at all traditional. And whoever has ended up buying this wallet, assuming that someone's purchased it, I hope that you enjoy watching this video, sort of see the wallet come to life. Now let's go there. Yeah. How does that? I guess a bit too close. So let's use the smaller tool. Does that get close? I think it does. Yeah, that gets a bit close. Although we can go that way. Yeah, that works. Now what I'm talking about here, does it get a bit too close? Does it get a bit too close to the edge? Because I've still got to stitch the inside of the wallet to the edge of the outside piece. So I want to make sure I've got enough clearance for the stitching holes that are running along the outside edge. So that's what I'm talking about when I say, is it getting too close? Is it getting too close? Are these getting too close to the edge of glory? Okay, and good, very good. Like so. Stick a couple of in there, like that. I'll go halfway. Very good. All right. Now, yes, like that. I think right on the corner. Yep. tedious parts. Just punching hole after hole after hole. Okay, ooh, shall we go one more? What about if I do that? Oh, yeah. So if I go like that, oh, that's going to be pretty close, I think, if I go like that. Yeah, we'll go one more here. Oh, should I? Kind of have to, yeah. Yes, indeed. Now, do I go? Yep, I do. Let's go that one then. Alrighty, that looks well good. It's missing a bit of glue in there. Why is that sticking up? Is it just glue? Yeah. I'm going to re-glue a little bit. Re-glue a little bit. And that should stick down quite nicely. There we go, much better. Much better indeed. Yeah, good. All right. Now on to the next bit. As you can see, the pieces are coming together quite nicely. I love the shine that Shell Cordovan has. It's really nice. Really, really nice shine. Okay. Nice. That, and then that'll be interesting. That is just a bit too. Yeah, I have to do that entirely by hand. Well, with the two prong anyway. The risk with doing everything with a two prong stitching chisel is that it's harder to get a straight line because you've only got, you can only judge the line one hole at a time. Whereas with this one, it's so easy to get a straight line because you've got that line there. But this one here, the line is only, it's only tiny. So you can easily accidentally move the chisel that way or that way just slightly. And then over time, that slight movement will be accentuated. So you've got to really be careful when you're punching a bunch of holes with a two-prong chisel. You can quite easily make the line not straight at all. I happen to have done so much of this that I'm pretty good with these, so not a major worry for me. I'll go one less. Because if I go like that, yeah. Good call, Chris. Good call. Alright, like that. Nearly got all the holes punched. After this little section, I'll have just one more. Just one. That, yeah, perfect size. Good, good. All right. I'll go over that last one there. Perfect. Now, I believe all the panels have holes punched. So that's where we're looking at there. What I'm really liking about this is how some of these panels are just slightly different colors. Really, really nice. Now let's double check if I think that'd look really nice with that, or some classic cigar brown. The decision to make is does the contrast between the actual Shell Cordovan pieces, some being lighter brown than other pieces, is that enough of a contrast to create a nice wallet, or should I add this lovely deep blue, royal blue, to add that extra bit of contrast? That is the question, because otherwise I've got this cigar brown which pretty much matches that color. So essentially, if I were to use this cigar brown, I would have 3 just slightly different shades of brown. I've got 2 in the Shell Cordovan, and then this cigar brown, which is just slightly a different shade of brown than the Shell Cordovan. And the cigar brown is playing it safe. It's going to look nice either way. Royal blue, it's a bit of a risk because it could overpower the, oh man, I don't know. Yeah, it would look nice. I don't know. Oh, it's a tough call. Tough call. Let's get my other. Let's line this camera up a bit more. Actually, there we go. Get my other Shell Cordovan light out. Now, as you can see on this, which looks really cool, I use cigar brown. Sort of blends into the whiskey. It doesn't do much, but as you can see, the cigar brown on the blue looks really nice. So cigar brown thread on the blue Shell Cordovan looks really nice. I think I'm gonna. Yeah, I think I'll go the royal blue just to make it pop. Really nice. All right. I'm settled. Now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 panels. So we need 14 bits of thread. So the way I measure thread is I go find out the length and then times that by 3. And then a little bit extra just for safety. So that's for that first piece there. And then we'll go 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. A little bit extra for safety for that middle piece. And then this bottom piece. Let's do that again. And a little bit extra. Safety. So let's do these 3 panels here. Stitch one of them and see how it turns out. As you can see, everything's going to be stitched by hand. Will take a while, but that's all right. Come on, there we go. Bit nippy, that's for sure. A little bit on the chilly side. All right. Now, how do I? Yeah, I'll do that. That look good. That looks great. Loving it. It's important that the tip of the needle, while it's not sharp, it still does have a point. It's important that I don't drag that point over the top side of the Shell Cordovan because it can leave a mark. And generally, when finding the hole that I've punched, I sort of drag the needle into the hole. It's just easy to find it that way. Easy to stitch that way. So I have to be careful not to drag the needle into the hole this time. No, I want to go the other way, that way. There we go. Oh, that's already looking really nice. I'm glad I went with the royal blue. That's got a really nice sharp contrast. Very good. There we go. Okay. Is that right? I'll show you all how this looks after I finish this one, because it actually looks really good, really good. Really happy with it. I'm really happy with how the shapes all turned out. Sort of randomized them and yeah, they just turned out really nice. So and maybe, just maybe, I will see if I can upload this video to YouTube. I don't know how I can get the video from Facebook and then upload it to YouTube, but see how we go. We shall see how we go. This might be... I always like... there's one YouTuber... forgive me if I pronounce his name wrong. His YouTube name is Michael Cthulhu, I think. I believe that's how you pronounce it. He makes sort of swords and all sorts of really cool things from TV shows or video games, but he makes them to sort of life size, and he doesn't sort of cheat on making it lighter than what it would be, sort of thing. He uses real heavy duty hunks of steel, and he makes some really cool things. But the reason I mention him is his videos that he uploads, they're usually about an hour and a half long, maybe 2 hours, and it's good to sort of have that on the background, in the background while I'm working, almost like I'm working with him, even though obviously I'm not. But you know, the background noise is nice. Anyway, so here's that first stitch line. That turned out really nice. Oh, I actually missed a stitch. You're joking me. I did too. Oh, I've got to do that again. Well done me. Okay. Oh man. How did I miss that? Wow. That's annoying. I have to unstitch. Oh, I can't believe I missed that. That is frustrating. Ah, man. I'm a professional, sure. I do this for a living. At least we know it looks nice. I have to just cut that off maybe. That's funny. And you might ask, well, why don't you just unstitch to the point where you missed the stitch? Well, I'd already cut off the excess thread and melted it, so I wouldn't have had enough thread to go back to that point and then continue on again. So I have to restitch the whole thing. And I promise you, I've not done that in years. Ha! Can't believe I actually missed a stitch. That's unbelievable. On the live Facebook too. That is how it goes. Oh well. Probably should have been concentrating more instead of chatting. Now I just go through and remove the thread. Luckily it doesn't take too long to stitch. Alright, let's try again. That plus that times 3. And a wee bit. That's right, you guessed it, for safety. Okay, let's get ready to stitch it yet again. Coming up on that stitch that I missed, the hole that I missed. Still looks really nice. Love it. Got it. All right. Second time is a charm. Very good, very good, very good. Now I'm going to be back in one moment because I do need to, in fact, hang the washing out. So I'll just burn that again. Benefit of polyester thread is that it just melts. So there we go. That's one little thread line done, which looks really nice. Now let's see if I can mute this. I don't know how to mute it. How do I? No, I don't think I can mute it. Rightio, set Fred. I guess. Yeah, alright, I'll just be back in a moment. I shall write a note first. Ah, well, whatever. That'll be fine. G'day everyone, I'm back. Alright, let's crack on, eh? Next is stitching the middle piece. Hopefully I don't miss any stitch holes this time. Alright. Now we'll go that way. Yeah, that looks good. Time is, Mr. Wolf, 10:47, so I've been making this now for nearly 2 hours. So it does take a bit of time. Yeah, fair amount of time to make, but it's worth it. I think it ends up looking really nice. And if these two panels or anything to go by, the rest will look really nice once it's all stitched together. It's all about patience, really. And like I said earlier, I get into a sort of a nice relaxed state when I'm stitching. I don't mind it. Don't mind it at all. Very good. I do indeed like the way it's turning out. I thought the last stitch it was. Cool. I'll get a rather large stitch, but that's alright. If I chuck a bit of glue in there, actually. Alright. Yeah, there we go. Cool. So this thing that I'm using to help stitch is called a stitching pony. This essentially acts as a third hand. It grips the leather project that I'm stitching so that I have these two hands free. And if they're free, that means I can stitch using the saddle stitch method, which is a needle at both ends, passing them both through the same hole in a particular way. So you're essentially doubling the strength of the thread, even though you're only using one piece of thread. If one side of the thread breaks, the other side of the thread is not reliant on the piece of thread that just broke to stay in the hole taut. So you're essentially stitching it together with two pieces of thread but you're only using one piece. And this is why, like if you were to stitch with a machine that uses a lock stitch, for example, the threads lock together like that. So you've got one piece of thread and the other piece of thread. They'll lock together like that. If one piece of thread breaks, there's now nothing holding this thread from coming out. So it just undoes, right? What I'm doing is stitching two bits of thread, but they're not interacting with each other. So if that snaps, right, that's still holding the pressure. I don't know what word I'm trying to say. My mouth is getting all dry now because I've done so much talking. Maybe I should just shut up. Life lesson. You don't know what to say, just shut up. There we go. Nearly done with this second panel. So again, like I said before, the stitching everything together, that's what takes the most amount of time. But because I'm doing it by hand, the end result will just be really nice, really, really nice. There's a particular look to hand stitched stuff that you can only get by hand stitching it. If you were to machine stitch, it just wouldn't work. So, yeah. Now it seems like, I don't know, maybe. Stream might be frozen. That would be a bugger. Let's go. Oh yeah, it's not frozen. Oh, maybe it is. Let us investigate after I do this. So there we go, there's the second panel. That looks really nice. I quite like the look of that. Yeah, that looks sick. Oh yeah. Yeah, no, it's all working. It's all going fine. Don't worry, it's okay. It's all right. It is a true terror in the middle of the night. Now I'm going to stitch this third panel, the third middle panel. Again, by hand, as is everything else. Making sure I haven't missed the stitching hole again. Don't want to have to unstitch everything or unpick everything, do I? No. No, I certainly do not. Okey-dokey. Artichoke. So the needles I'm using are John James embroidery needles. And well, saddler's harness needles is apparently what they're called. These are size 4. These are suitable for 0.6mm thread, which means the width of this flat thread is 0.6mm, which is reasonably thin, but still thick enough that you can sort of notice it. So we're going that one direction, so I'll flip that. Flip it. Pretty sure I didn't miss. Oh, cool. We're all good. You can stop panicking, it's okay. We're all good. And hello to the folks that have joined. Thank you for joining me and watching this absolutely riveting video of how I go about making a wallet. This is a unique video in that I don't make too many of these types of wallets, but yeah, I should probably chuck some tunes on. That'd be cool. But then if I did, I probably wouldn't be able to post this video to YouTube because those tunes would be copyrighted, no doubt. Okay, so third panel is now stitched. It's looking really nice. Really liking how that's turning out. Very good, very good. All right, let us stitch this side. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pieces of thread. Right. So if I just go whoop, like that, that should cover everything really. Oops, daisy. 4. 5. And 6. So right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. To make it slightly quicker, a bunch of needles and thread all of them. I just wanted to stitch those first 3 individually just to see how the blue would look, and I think it looks quite nice, so I'm gonna keep the blue thread. Starting to feel a bit peckish. Oh, I've got dim sims in the fridge. Yeah. Oh, it's always good when you remember something that you forgot. Maybe you remember that you had like a $20 in your other pocket of your other pair of jeans, and you're like, oh, bonus. Completely forgotten about that money. Except in this case, it was dim sims that I'd forgotten about. So I've got a rather exciting lunch coming up. Not really, but dim sims are nice. bakery down the road makes them, and they're cold dim sims, which is interesting, but they taste really nice. So that's what I'm looking forward to once this wallet is complete. Alright. One more. Lucky last. True terror in the middle of the night. Give you yell if it makes you feel better. Alright. And the remaining needles go in here. Now let's see. That's all right. Okay. Next, go this one. Hello to the people that have joined. Hope you're all having a wonderful day today. I certainly am. Working away, making a Shell Cordovan Frankenshell wallet, I guess you could say. For the third time. This will be my second Shell Cordovan wallet, but I've made I've made two. No, this will be my third wallet. Third Frankenstein wallet. Okay. Alrighty. That one done. Pretty good. Yeah, I like that. Why is that there? It's alright. Okay. Next piece will be that side bit. Now, I just clamped my finger. Alright, that. Really moving along here at a steady pace, which is good. I think I'm getting used to making these Frankenstein wallets. There's a bit of excess thread here, a bit more than what I would like, but that's alright. It is alright indeed. Not that one. And that's all right. Okay, let's go to this piece now. I just tried to thread the needle with another needle then. I think I've been doing this too long. I forgot that I already had the thread, or the needles threaded. So that was, whoopsies. No. That must have been what I've done. Okay, that's all right. Cool. And that will go that way. Really liking how this wallet's turning out. Really, really do. I was a bit apprehensive at first with the use of just the brown Shell Cordovan, but that's all I could do because that's all I had. But it seems like it's turning out really nice, so very good. Enjoying it. Okay. So the reason I'm turning the leather around is obviously because I'm stitching around the panel. So when I get to a new direction, I change the way the leather is sitting in the stitching pony, just so that the stitching works a little better. Yeah. Oh. Yep. Yep. Love it, mate. Absolutely love it. You can see that's those three panels up the top there, and you can see along the edges it looks pretty barren, but I'll still be stitching along the edges when it comes to making the inside of the wallet. So I'm just leaving that bare for now in preparation for that. I've actually had some questions in the past about would I line the underside of this piece here because it shows the underside of the stitching, and the answer is no, because I like how it looks on the underside, and it would just sort of increase unnecessarily the bulk of the wallet. So I just leave it bare. I like the sort of contrast of the shiny, really nice sort of Shell Cordovan on the outside, and the rougher look of the Kangaroo on the inside. So I'm going to leave it that way. And because I'm not making it to anyone's sort of specifications, I can have a little bit of fun with this wallet. Which is cool. I really like these project days when it's sort of just up to me to use my imagination as to what I want to make. Ooh, all right. It's okay. It's True Terror in the middle of the night. This is turning out really well. I've done one live stream session before, and that was painful because it was in the middle of summer and my house gets really hot in summer. And you can't just cool it down with a fan, it just doesn't work because it gets too hot. But now it's autumn, closing in on winter. So that's, yeah, it just makes things a little easier. A little easier indeed. So that panel, still got 2 more to go on this side. What about if I go like that? No, I still need to cross that over. I'll go that way. Lovely. Yeah, that panel turned out nice. Very good, very good, very good. we shall go that one. So I'll show you guys what we're looking at. It's looking pretty good so far. Love it. Next bit. Does leave that out a bit, that's all right. Yeah, it's fine. It's all right. Oh. Could get away with another one actually, so let's do it. Yeah, that's gonna look good. So time, Mr. Wolf, 11:19, and I started this wallet at 9 o'clock. So a little bit over 2 hours so far. And I've still got a fair bit to go. All right. That looks pretty good. Yeah, nice. All right, last one on this side. one side done. Oh. All right, that looks pretty good. I love it. It's turned out really nice. Really lovely shine to it. Looks great. Okay, now the next piece. Shall be made up of. Just need to cut out the 5 lengths of thread. 3, 4. And then after I've stitched all these panels on, I've got to decide which is going to be the top of the wallet and which is going to be the bottom of the wallet. And I'm pretty sure I know which side is going to be the top and bottom. Just depends how the wallet folds. Okay, there's the 5 lengths of thread. Okay. This is probably not the most entertaining part, watching me thread these needles. But this is all in preparation of stitching the last 5 panels to the wallet. Once that's done, well, we're in for a fun time then. Do 3, and we got 4. And 5. Okay, let's start off with that panel there. Why not? done. Let's do this one. Why not? Eh? Why not? I like a bit of a challenge. It's not really a challenge. And there's one person viewing this who has been very persistent in watching, and I thank you very much for your undivided attention. I appreciate it. Hope you're learning something, whoever you are. Nice. This is taking a long time. That's okay, that's what I signed up for. There we go, that one. Okey-dokey. I'm going to say the biggest one to last. Not the biggest one, but the biggest panel on this side of the wallet. Save that to last. Pretty sure I've got enough thread for it. Tell you what, I am certainly getting hungry. So much stitching. If I were to get another full shell hide, I might get navy blue. I think the navy blue hide looks really nice. Make a really nice looking wallet, especially with cigar brown thread. Blue and brown I find go really nice, go really well together. So yes, if I were to get another shell hide, which I'm very much considering doing so, it'll be a shell, of course, navy blue or dark brown. I wish I could have them all. It's really nice leather to work with. It cuts really easy. Very easy indeed. Da-da-da. And then that one, like that. This will be tricky to sew because I've got to. What's that? Yeah, there's one more there. That's all right. just need to stitch that one. Again, I think I've reverted to this just talking to myself, mumbling, but that's all right. Right. Lovely, 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 lovely. It is almost entirely stitched together. And I can tell you, oh, it is looking good. It is looking good indeed. Yeah, that looks so nice. Okay, the lucky last. The longest on this side, I'm pretty sure. I'm going to measure it out just in case. 1, 2. Okay, lucky I measured it out because I don't have enough thread. Probably could have saved that for something else, but oh well. Okay. A little bit extra for safety. Before I stitch this, I shall be back in 1 moment. I have returned. Alright, let's stitch this last panel on. Let's get this stitch on. Yeah. This is where everything will come together. We'll start to anyway. Do. All right. And again, once I've stitched this panel on, I'll work out which side of the wallet will be the top, so that I can stitch the top of the wallet. I won't stitch the borders just yet. I'll wait until I construct the inside of the wallet, which will be made entirely of Kangaroo. Once I've constructed the inside of the wallet, I'll stitch it to the outside piece, and that's when everything will be stitched together. Is that right? Yeah, that's right. Do. Okay. This is going to turn out really nice, really lovely indeed. Alright, with that panel stitched, we now have the outside panels of the wallet all stitched on. You can see it looks really quite nice. Now, to decide which side gets stitched. Thinking this side will be the top. Yeah, that side will be the top. Right, now, I've got this little doodad here, which allows me to cut corners of a particular size, as you can see by the markings on it. I'm thinking it's pretty good size. So I'm going to cut these corners, the top corners. And the way I chose which side will be the top and which side will be the bottom was I closed the wallet, and whichever side gave way more, that was going to be the bottom. So the top side, there was less fold in between these joints here. And the less fold there is, the less I'm relying on the inside of the wallet to keep it nice. So that's how I chose that. Now let's, yeah, that looks pretty good like that. So I'm going to reckon that'll look pretty good there, like that. Yeah, very good. Once that's all stitched up, I'll burnish the top of the wallet, and then I shall construct the inside of the wallet, and that shouldn't take too long. That'll only take maybe half an hour, and then I'll stitch it all together and finish the edges, and then the wallet will be done. Not too long to go now. Yeah. Alright. How long is this? Okay. Coming together quite nicely now. As I've said a million times now, I think. Better. Alright, yeah, cool. Nearly stitched the top side. What's the time? Nearing 12 o'clock, so it's nearing 3 hours worth of work time for this wallet. Which is a lot. Quite a lot indeed. But I've had a lot of fun making this. Put my own sort of imagination into it. Figure, oh yeah, that'll look nice, let's do that. So I do it. It's turned out quite nice so far. When I first got the Shell Cordovan, I was really nervous working with it because it costs so much money. If I make a mistake, well that's a lot of money down the drain sort of thing. But now I feel like I'm confident enough to sort of work with it and not make mistakes. So that's good. I think I might. What do I do? So for now, I'll do that. So I'm using an edge beveler here, just to take off the edge of the leather. I'll do it on the inside as well. And that way, be able to make a nice smooth top of the wallet. Shell Cordovan burnishes really nicely. Really nicely. And when you burnish leather, it sort of adds to the strength of the leather, so it's always fun to do that. And this is gum tragacanth that I'm wiping on here. Make sure I get my finger really dry. Gum tragacanth. It allows you to burnish leather quite nicely. Burnishing is essentially the process where you apply friction to the edge of leather, making it nice and shiny and smooth. Just makes the leather feel really nice. I'll give it a bit more. Just a bit more. Just a bit more. Just for that extra smoothness. Sometimes you need to go over it a few times. With your edge slicker. Yeah, that's nice. Cool. I like it. So, that's the outside of the Shell Cordovan Frankenshell wallet. Done. Now to work on the inside. So we'll get all this out of the way. And we'll cut out the leather for the inside. Now we've already got the inside piece for the inside. So I'll cut that like that. just make sure that that is all square, because I believe it starts to get a little bit wider than the template just out here, which it did. Cut out the pieces for the under pockets. Do I have enough for one of those? No, not quite. So again, the inside of this wallet will be made from Kangaroo. Just need to cut a strip out from here. That'll be good. Okay. Now, cut the pockets. This is a pretty simple process. Take the leather, and I've got pocket templates here. So I just pop that onto the leather and cut out the pockets that way. Use the template to score where I'll cut the top of the pocket. Now closing in on the finish. The finish line is almost here. Okay. Just dropping my scalpel blade. Just allows the scalpel blade to keep its edge just a little bit longer so that I don't go through them as quickly. They're very sharp, they're also very thin. One of the downsides of having a very sharp but thin blade is that it can lose its edge quite quickly. And scalpel blades, they're meant to be disposable. You don't use them for multiple surgeries. So you just sort of throw them out after one surgery, but I can make use of them because I don't need them to be sterile. I just need them to cut. And they're perfect for cutting Kangaroo because Kangaroo is so thin. Alright, so these are the 4 card pockets cut out. And now, cut out the thread 4 of those card pockets. 1, 2, 3, and 4. That's for the card pockets. Now this one will be for the top of the inside of the wallet. Then, to be really tricky, that, plus that. We're going to stitch the inside to the outside with just one piece of leather. One piece of thread. That's how we're going to do that. Now, hello to those who've joined. Thank you for joining and watching. I'm just up to the bit where I'm constructing the inside of the wallet using kangaroo leather. The outside, of course, was Shell Cordovan pieces stitched onto a kangaroo piece underneath. But as you can see, the Shell Cordovan's really nice and shiny, so that turned out really nice. No, I still need that. Feel free to ask any questions if you've got any. I use a standard card to size the card pockets for my needs. And these stitching holes that I'm doing right now, you won't see them. This is just so that I can get the depth of the pocket right, so that your cards don't slide all the way down to the bottom of the wallet and you lose your cards in the pocket. They can be a real pain to get out. So that's the point of this. This line of stitching, and you'll note that it is an entirely leather construction. This wallet, leather and thread, that's all, and a little bit of glue, but there's no fabric lining or anything like that. I don't like to use fabric in the lining as it can fray after some years, thus presenting a weak point to the wallet. But you know, each to their own. Quite happy with how this is turning out, as I've said many a time already. Ah, the sunlight is back. I've missed you. We've got a cyclone off the east coast of Australia making its way towards Hawaii or Fiji. I think Fiji. As a result, it's a bit cloudy here. But the sun seems to have peeked its way through the clouds, which is nice. Alright, so with those depth stitches complete, I now stitch on the front pockets. This is where it gets cool. Well, not really. It remains the same level of coolness pretty much throughout the entire build process, but you get where I'm going. Maybe you don't. I don't know. Right. From now on though, every stitch that I do will be seen, so I have to think about how I'm going to stitch the thing to make the actual stitch itself look presentable. Because it's easy to stitch leather together, but it's making the stitch look nice. That is where a little bit of skill comes in. And then making it look nice as well as doing it in a timely manner is how you can hopefully make a living from it. Got some glue that is hardened to the top of this bottle here. So right now I'm forming the card pocket section as well as the under pocket, and essentially here are my two pockets. I've got one at the top there and one just in front of it. And when I put it on the inside piece, you'll see that there's a little spot in there, and that's how I create the under pocket. So right now, I stitch it together. I'll make that match that line actually. Yep. Okay. Hello to the new people. Thank you very much for joining me. I am making a Shell Cordovan wallet. Well, a Shell Cordovan sort of Frankenstein looking wallet. As you can see, it looks quite nice and shiny. There's panels that I've sort of cut separately and then stitched them to a piece of Kangaroo. So the outside of the wallet will be Shell Cordovan and the inside of the wallet will be Kangaroo, and I'm constructing the inside of the wallet at the moment. So yeah, I hope you will enjoy watching me do that. I've nearly completed the inside. Just need to stitch that line up the top there, that line up the top there, and then I need to stitch these two card pockets to the inside piece there. So away we go. And again, if anyone's got any questions, just let me know, and I'll try my very best to answer them. Oh, we have a question. Hello, Kim. I am actually doing a class on the 25th of June, I believe. That'll be my next one, and that'll be through workshop. So yeah, that'll be the next one. And I'm in the process of setting up a belt workshop as well. So that'll be cool. Seems the sun has disappeared again. Disappeared yet again. That pesky little sun. Right. Let us now. Where's the little knife? Where'd it go? I'm sure it's somewhere here. Probably right in front of my eyes, but I can't see it. Yeah, actually gone by the looks of it. There, nope. This is interesting. It is actually gone. Maybe it fell under the table. Maybe it is right in front of my eyes. No, it was behind me. This is a little knife that I use to remove excess glue before I sand the leather. And yes, I do sand it to burnish it. Alright, so that's that removed. Now to bevel the edges. So this sanding consists of pretty much just sanding in one direction, just to get the fibres of the leather to lay down in one uniform direction, so it's nice and smooth in preparation for burnishing the edges. There we go. And then again, you get the gum trag camp and the edge slicker. Apply a little bit of gum trag to the edge. Boom. That's really smooth. Smooth as a baby's butt. Well, it's soft as a baby's butt. I don't know. Do not know the saying. Alright, so that's that done. Now to glue and stitch the card pockets to the inside piece. And then once that's done, burnish that, the top of the inside piece, and then I promise you we're nearly there. You just have to then stitch the inside piece to the outside piece. Now, I've already made the outside piece, so that's a large majority of the work done. And we're closing in on how much time? Wow, 3.5 hours almost. Wow. Almost 3.5 hours worth of wallet. That's a lot of wallet. Alrighty. Now there's a little bit that's sticking out at the top there, but that's alright. Oops. Very good. And then thank you very much for the compliment regarding the wallet, mate. I'm glad it's going well after 2 whole years. That's it's quite an extent, quite a large amount of time. Alright, so what I'll do now is gonna cut these corners to match the corners of the outside piece. Pretty good to me. Yeah, I like it. So now, yep, that looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. So you can see it's starting to come together now. Essentially got a shape of the wallet done. Just want to make sure that that is the right size for that. Yep, cool. Alright, so where did I start that stitch? pretty much on there. Not always as simple as just hitting it until the stitching chisel goes through the leather. There are other things you need to think about while you're doing it as well. Like, for example, I don't really need to worry about that, do I? We'll go one more on that side. One more. For example, is the stitching chisel lining up with the line that you've marked? Are you hammering the stitching chisel on an even surface? If it's not even, there's a chance that your stitching chisel can go in the top of the leather at one place, right? And then come out of the leather in another place. So you might actually get an angled cut, which you don't want. So that's something that you've got to be wary about as well. Which can sometimes be a bit annoying, especially if you bugger it up, because then you have to redo it. And sometimes if you bugger it up severely, you have to just redo the entire wallet, which is disappointing, to say the very least. Hey, Polly. Show you what I've done so far, mate. Nice shiny Shell Cordovan. Might even get close to 4 hours of build time, which would be a long time. Very long time indeed. 4 hours, wow. That'll be worth it though. I like the look of the wallet. It's very nice. Right. What is the inside of that? So the inside of the wallet is all stitched together now. I just need to burnish the top of the inside of the wallet, and then we can start stitching it to the outside. We're so close. So very, very close. Don't even need to sand that, it turned out that well. Sometimes if a cut of leather is sharp, or if your knife is sharp enough, it'll cut the leather so precisely that the leather won't be furry at the cut at all. It'll be really smooth, and therefore you don't even have to sand the leather in preparation for burnishing, because you've essentially burnished the edge of the leather with the knife itself, if it's sharp. But it has to be scary sharp. As in, drop the knife and it slices, through 17 tomatoes just from the weight of the knife alone. That's how sharp it's going to be. And that is scary sharp. That's really smooth. Lovely, 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 lovely. Now I generally wait until I've constructed the wallet to stamp my logo, but because we're dealing with Shell Cordovan on the outside, I'm actually going to stamp it now before I attach it to the outside. So I'm going to wet the leather a bit. Get my handy dandy logo stamp. Boom. Alright. Let's stick this to the outside. Don't want to do that yet. My bad. Already glued it like an idiot. What I want to do first is punch these holes. Once I've glued it to the outside, I won't be able to punch those particular holes. So I'll do them now before I've attached the outside to the inside. Alrighty. Very good. Now, take that off. Cutting off the bottom corners. Yeah, very good. All right. See if I can get this right without making any mistakes. If I make a mistake now, that's it. That's the wallet done. So everything needs to be scary precise right now. So it's actually quite difficult, this next stage. And this is where I need to concentrate, so I'm not going to say anything. I have to be really precise with the way I hit these into the leather. If there's any deviation at all, then the end of the stitching chisel could pop out a little closer to the edge of the outside of the wallet than I would like. So I need to make sure that I'm hitting this exactly straight down. Normally I don't have to worry about that because I don't normally use this stitching chisel. I use this one, and it's a lot easier to use this one. Prongs are a bit further apart, and I also stitch further away from the edge of the leather just to allow for that extra clearance sort of thing. But I can't do that with this wallet because I need as much space in it as possible because the leather is quite thick. So it's imperative that I'm very precise with this. Which is why I'm using small, light taps instead of big honking booms. Because if I do a big honking boom and it's wrong, well, there's no way to change it. So, thankfully, it seems that I've done this. Woo! one side down. Actually. There we go. All right. That was scary. Tells ya, I don't get scared making wallets much anymore, but that required a lot of concentration. Now to do the other side. Good. Wow. Nearly done. Okay. All right. Holes punched, ready to stitch. Very nice. Okay. So this outside, stitching the inside to the outside piece, this stitch will actually look different to the rest of the other stitches because I'm stitching from the other side. And it's practically impossible to stitch and make it look the same as the other stitches because of the way that the wallet is constructed. So now, but it's still going to look really nice. Here we go, here we go. Once this is stitched together, it will officially be stitched together and nearly complete. I say that a lot. We're nearly done, and it's, you know, an hour later, still working on it. But we're actually nearly done. Finish this stitching and then burnish it, and that is actually it. But I'm being very cautious with this bit of stitching. So it's going to take a little longer than it normally does, but that's alright, it'll be worth it in the end. So this wallet will feel quite stiff to begin with when you start to use it. However, as time goes on and as you use the wallet, open and close it and take cards in and out of the card pockets, it'll loosen up quite nice, and I guess the leather will break in, as the term goes. And it'll react quite nicely, so just keep that in mind if you are the purchaser of this here wallet and you're thinking, why is it so stiff? That's why. Oops. To take that one out. Haven't decided how much this is going to be yet, but it's going to be quite expensive, purely based on the fact that it took me so long to make. So yeah, and it's using Shell Cordovan as well, which sort of jumps up the price a bit as well. very nice. Do. Again, this is taking a little bit longer than the usual wallet to stitch the outside, that is, but it's worth it in this case because I have to be very precise. Not that I'm not precise with my other wallets that I usually make, but this particular wallet and the way I've constructed it just is, you know, it's cause for more concentration and precision because of all the other pieces that are in the wallet. You know? Nearly there. On the home stretch now. Hopefully I've got enough thread. I'm running out. I'm using more than I thought I would. I should have cut 4 times the length instead of 3 because it's a reasonably thick wallet. Generally 3 times the length of whatever you're stitching is enough. But for thicker projects like maybe belts or bags, you'll want to cut 4 times the length because you're using thicker leather. Ugh. Yeah. Might actually run out of thread. Yep. That's alright. No drama. At least I won't have to re-stitch the whole thing. Now that would be annoying. Let's get an extra piece of thread. Chuck it in there. Alrighty. All stitched. All stitched together. Just in time because my back is starting to ache. It's alright though. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Now we're just going to burnish the edges. And then we shall be all done. Can you believe it? We're almost there. It's been a hell of a slog. But we are quite realistically nearly there. Meow. Can you hear my cat outside? Having a whinge, as cats do. I'm hungry, feed me. Seems like it will cut off at exactly 4 hours perhaps. So, it's giving me a countdown. So, if I'm not done in 4 minutes, which I won't be, I shall say thank you to everyone for watching this today. I hope I've taught you something. I hope you've all learned a little something about what I do. Yeah, so I may as well stop it now actually. So yeah, once again, thank you very much everyone for joining me. Well, it's not quite done in 4 hours, but it's nearly there. So yeah, thank you very much. I hope you've learned something. Cheers.